Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This will be the big room tour video with commentary as I'm going around, just telling you what everything is on the shelves. Now, I did actually film this all last night. I filmed 55 minutes worth of footage and I almost edited all of it today. And I wasn't happy with it. There was some camera issues. It's not so bright in here. It does look quite bright, but the camera does struggle a little bit. And I don't want to use the torch feature because it makes the figures look different than how they really are. And also, the main problem, the reason I'm reshooting this is because I've been doing this channel since 2007. It's been a long time. So many of you in the community have been incredible, sending along just over the years, maybe a little accessory or a custom outfit or a figure or something amazing, or just comics or just all kinds of stuff. Amazing people in the community. And I was going around doing the room tour, talking about everything that's on the shelves, and I was trying to remember everyone's name, and I'm getting really bad at that. I'm 39 now, so apparently your memory is only going to get worse from here, so I've got to work on that. I'll do some brain exercises or something. So what I'm going to do to avoid even leaving one person out, because I know that sucks and I don't want to leave anyone out. You've all been incredible over the years, and just to avoid that, I'm just going to literally just stick to saying what's on the shelf, and I won't be giving anyone a shout out in this video because literally I'm too afraid of leaving anyone out of that. I don't want to offend anyone. So yeah, I'm just going to get stuck into the room tour now. We'll go around the whole collection and tell you what everything is. Reposed most of the collection. Some of them are still the same as before, but hopefully those of you out there who are new to the channel, you get to enjoy this video, and the veterans, you can just check out the new poses. All right, let's get started with the room tour. Alright, we'll start with my Joaquin Phoenix Joker display, which is very recently put together. Just put this together like this yesterday. Got the DVD there, and nice Steelbook Blu-ray over there. And it's the Toys Era Joker, but I have modified him. All that's on the channel. You can check out those videos and see what I did and see everything in a lot more detail. Here is a sort of customized, kit-bashed kind of bathroom scene Joker, and that's been featured pretty heavily on the channel. So do check out the reviews and the customization videos and all that good stuff. Awesome movie. I am getting the Toy Center or Center Toys, I forget how you say it, but that custom red suit that you can get, that's on the way. So it's a more accurate color and fit. So that should be interesting. I'll bring you videos on that when the time comes. I do like that steelbook. It's a really nice kind of metallic finish on it. I'm going to update this outfit in the near future. This will do for now. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Starting to catch on now, seeing some people on Facebook attempting this. Alright. He won every award that was going for this movie. Spanked it. Alright. And then to Heath Ledger. This is the Stephen Maurice amazing. Well, I said I wasn't going to do any shout outs. This is the problem. I said I wasn't going to do any shout outs, but I can't film this figure and not say that head sculpt was from Stephen Maurice. It's just like I can't do that when I get to the big one. So maybe, yeah, Stephen Maurice will just have to be the exception in this case, because there's no way to film this without saying that head sculpt is by Stephen Maurice. Anyway, it is. And yeah, it's the DX11 Joker with the MMS figure box behind him, because I like that box. And yeah, Steven did an amazing job with this. Awesome, looks so real. And then we'll go over here to the Jack Nicholson Joker. It's an amazing piece. It's getting on in the years now. I don't know what year this came out, I forget, but it was like the DX08 or the DX09, one of those. And it still holds up to this day, looks fantastic. And then we have Mark Hamill, absolutely awesome Joker. And this is one of Hot Toys' very best Joker figures. It really is. This is an essential piece if you're a Joker fan. Mark Hamill, so important. His contribution to that character over the years, forget about it, man. One of the very best Jokers ever. And that is an absolutely awesome piece. So if I back up here, we get all the Jokers in one shot. And it's very awesome. Now, I have put most of the Batman figures on one shelf again. Still got a couple in storage up in the loft, believe it or not, but here's most of them. I guess we'll start down there with the Batman Returns. I'm seeing a lot of love for this one on Instagram especially. I posted a picture of it along with a whole bunch of other pictures, and this figure just seems to get a lot of attention. A lot of people saying it's like their favorite Batman figure by Hot Toys, so it was cool to see. He has got a custom cape on him. I believe that's the Jackson XU cape. But it is very cool looking. It's very streamlined. I mean, they really finessed everything for the sequel. Very, very cool looking piece, man. It really does look like it belongs in a museum. And you got the Nightmare Batman from Dawn of Justice, an amazing piece with a custom coat from 16kit.com. Just gnarly details on this thing. Very, very cool piece. And the Hot Toys Batman Begins Demon Batman and Scarecrow combo. Scarecrow just lurking behind him there. Custom velvet cape by me. Burnt and ripped and melted. It's a very, very cool piece. Don't see too many Demon Batmans in people's collection. And we'll come back to Batman in a minute, but I want to mix it up a little bit and not just do a huge chunk of, comic book characters. We'll come back to those in a minute. But here's RoboCop, a Hot Toys part die-cast figure. One of the very best ones they've ever made. It's an awesome piece. And here is the Terminator 2 Arnie. The first one they did. It's the MMS 117. Very cool looking piece. It looks really accurate there. That's my favorite look though, man. The first act of the movie where he's all in black. Just badass. There's the battle damage version from Terminator 1. It's a classic piece. Dual wielding? Two big ass guns. Nice base. It's been reused a few times by the company. There's the Art Figures Dread. Carl Urban's Dread, that is. It's a really cool piece. Dread. So there you go, some nice little action figure pieces there. There's Lim Toys Quiet. It's a nice piece. Everything is in the right position. It's a bit tricky to do, but I got there in the end. It's very awesome though. She was a really cool character in that game. And there is Snake. Looking awesome. Details on how that was all put together on the channel. We're going to have to go back a fair bit, a couple of years, but there are videos about how this look was achieved. You go ahead and you check that out. Oh, another Quiet here. This one was just put together with parts. Oh, that's my favorite. Just going to use the torch on the camera for a second here, because without the torch you're not really getting a good look at the face. It's a really good sculpt. I prefer this head sculpt to the sort of just plain regular one without the effect around the eyes. I got lucky with a spare Fireson body I had laying around. This is a bit more curvy and voluptuous than the one that Lim Toys suggest. I do actually prefer this one. There you go. There's Quiet in all her splendid glory. Right, let's do some Michael Myers, because there's a lot to get through here. I'll try to get through it as quickly as possible, because there's already a ton of videos covering everything that's here. Here we have the bust is back with the shoulders, the chest, just basically the top half of the body there. Well, top half. This is an amazing looking piece, man. That's the Trick or Treat Studios 2018 mask, reworked by Simon Brandolino on Instagram. Amazing guy, very good friend. Very glad to know the man. He's an amazing artist, very generous dude and good friend, and just awesome job on that mask. There is the NECA quarter scale 2018 figure, but I repainted it and rehaired it, and that's it's turned out really good. And here we have the 1/6 scale, very custom, very unique, only one in the world that looks like this. 2018 1/6 scale James Jude Courtney Michael Myers from the 2018 Halloween movie, and I've repainted this head a couple of times, and I as you know, if you're familiar with the channel, you know that I installed the eyes inside the mask. One of them is a blind eye, very creepy looking. Yondu did the hair, and the mask is by Shadow Fergo on Instagram, movie accurate. Did I say mask or a knife? Oh, anyway, knife is by Shadow Fergo. Bloody nasty hands, I did them. Tanila's coveralls, movie accurate boots, great proportions on the body. This is an awesome piece. I am waiting for the Beta Metalli H40 head sculpt, which should be better than this. But it's going to take some doing. I'm sure it probably will be better than this one, but I've got a special place in my heart for this head because of how hard I've worked on it. I've literally repainted this about 3 times trying to get it just right. And from this angle right here, you can see that's just like when he's standing in the cupboard or the wardrobe. One of those first images we saw before the film was released. I mean, that angle right there, that's him. You can see that blind eye looking out. Hella freaky. Put him back on the shelf. I don't know why I've got him on an Enterbay base right now. I remember, because I wanted the waist grabber to kind of grab around his hips there and kind of tuck in the suit, the coveralls a little bit, because in the movie the elastic's quite tight there. So it just makes the proportions look a little bit more accurate. But that is a very unique piece. There's only one in the world that looks just like that. There is the Hobo from Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie. One's Customs head sculpt, one of his best. Awesome piece with Tyler Maine's face on one side where it's ripped away, and the beard and the hair. It's all there. Got the hood up this time, rocking the hood. Shadow Fergo did that knife again, and that is the hunting knife. That's a real metal knife, folks. Behave yourself. That is sharp as hell. And we'll get it done. There's the Sea Creations Hobo Gear coveralls. It's an absolutely beastly piece. I got some pumpkins by John Pearson. Should be reviewing some new John Pearson pumpkins. He's been refining things a bit and just working on his craft. So I look forward to showing you that in the near future. There is the Nightmare Sequence Myers from Halloween 2. Same movie, these two. This is just the nightmare sequence at the beginning of the movie in the hospital. Bloody knife there from One's Customs. But that is another beastly piece. But not as beastly, sir or madam, as this. A quarter scale custom 1978 shape. The original Michael Myers. Damn, that wind is kicking off. Let's have a look at that. God damn. Oh, shit. Yeah, don't want to go out there. Step back, sir. Step your ass back. So there he is. Yes, the 1978 Michael Myers custom figure. Quarter scale. Shadow Fergo again. Did the knife. So One's Customs head sculpt. Rehead by Yondu. You got the Tanila's coveralls. And I had to make the boots myself because they don't exist in quarter scale. Nothing like them seems to exist in quarter scale, so I had to do it my damn self. John Pearson took care of that big ass 1978 pumpkin. And I love that piece right there. That's one of my absolute favorites in the collection. And so is this. This is the Perfect 78. And it's a long journey trying to get something like this particular figure right here put together. If you want this exact thing, you need Bruce Banner body, Hot Toys Bruce Banner body from Avengers, a Shadow Fergo knife, Yuncel coveralls, slightly dyed navy blue. Obviously not as navy blue as these big guys here, but basically almost the same color they originally were, but just with a hint of blue. And the head sculpt is an official 100% legit Mad Bug version 2 Nick Castle stretch head sculpt, painted and haired by Silent Surfer. That's as good as it's going to get, really, when it comes to the 1978 Myers. I mean, obviously there's so many versions out there, but I love that one. There's some really good ones though. I'm not saying that's the absolute best, but out of all the ones I have anyway, I think it's the best. You got some Mezco stuff. You got Freddy, Myers, loads of little just cards and stickers and just loads of cool little bits, man. Too much to mention, to be honest. And there's Pumpkinhead, huge Sota Toys Pumpkinhead. Absolutely love that. I mean, look at it, it's just terrifying. And there, oh, and there's the Relentless 78 head sculpt by Peter McNally. And there is my other life-size 2018 mask. That one was by, oh, it's the Trick or Treat Studios H40 mask, reworked by Mike in Germany, on a nice big kind of mannequin torso, with some pretty good-looking coveralls. Let's check out the Predators. The only one I really reposed here was the City Hunter, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. A couple of pictures of that on the gram, so check them out. He's still got his spine and skull attached to his back. He's got the spear, the disc, his neck gun. He's getting ready to, I would have lifted this up, but I couldn't get it to lift up, but that does actually lift the gauntlet blade thing. That's really cool. He's really fully loaded, this one. So there is City Hunter. You got the Elder. I didn't really do anything with him, just cleaned him a little bit. That's an awesome piece, man. Look at that. Damn. And then the Wolf. One of the most badass Predators out there. The whip just dangling. Shuriken blade shining. Glistening in the light. Yeah, man, it's an awesome piece. Didn't really change that pose because I just don't think it's, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I got him looking up a little bit more though. He was looking down before, now he's looking up. And you got an alien, dog alien from Alien 3 by NECA. I was really hoping they do this in quarter scale. Can you imagine that in quarter scale like that? It'd be insane. So there's the Predators. Speaking of Predators, there's the unholy trinity. Well, with the addition of Chucky, of course, but there's the big three right there. You got Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason. It's originally a Sideshow Freddy that's been completely just changed out, customized, different hat, different sweater. We painted the head, hands, changed the pants, customized the spare head to have the top of the head because, you know, Sideshow didn't give you the top of his head. Underneath the hat it just cuts off. Really, really weird. But got him looking good in the end. There is the one of the custom 1978 Michael Myers figures that I got. It's turned out to be a copy of the Mad Bug version 1 head. Unfortunately, I didn't know that when I was getting it, but just thought I'd weather it up and try and make it look a bit grimy, and really happy with how it turned out. Really like the hair. We got the Dean Knight exclusive coveralls put together by Tanila, special material that I tracked down. Only 3 of these coveralls in the world. I own 2 of them. But yeah, that is a sweet piece. You got the Shadow Fergo knife. That's Shadow Fergo on Instagram. Does amazing work. You'll be seeing a lot of his knives throughout the video. There's Jason. That's the Sideshow Collectibles piece. I like that pose, man, with the machete just resting on the shoulder there. It's a shame you can see that wrist joint so much, but it's just a really cool pose for him. And there they are. And Chucky, that's a retro cloth, NECA Chucky. Buried him in mud to get that look as if he had been buried. And the look on his face right there, that is terrifying with the knife. Bloodied him up and did all that kind of stuff to him. Look at that. That's an awesome little piece, man. Another Chucky up here, clean version, the retro cloth by NECA, and a gremlin. He's just hanging out as usual. And then we got this big 1/6 scale Cool Models werewolf. I love werewolves, and this is one of the coolest looking werewolves. I love the kind of biped on their hind legs, you know, rather than the quadruped like from American Werewolf in London. But I do love that werewolf as well, but this is one of my favorite looks. And I got the movie Bad Moon in the background just because it reminds me of this werewolf. They look kind of the same. That's an awesome piece. Really nice figure, man. Bit of a nightmare to put together because it comes as a human form and you have to transform it yourself into the werewolf. But you know, hairdryer should help with things like that. That's an awesome piece, man. Look at that. Alright, let's get back to the comic book stuff. Mix it up. Here is the gorgeous and stunning 1/6 scale Selina Kyle figure from The Dark Knight Rises by Hot Toys. It's obviously Anne Hathaway, and I thought she was a great Catwoman. And it's a great figure, but I did have some issues with the synthetic leather material deteriorating over time. So you can check that video out on the channel if you wish. You just got to go in knowing that, you know, 1/6 scale synthetic thin leather material is not meant to last forever. It's a shame, but yeah, you probably get about 10 years out of it before you start to notice little signs of deterioration. But that is a great looking piece. I've seen some incredible repaints on the head sculpt. I mean, I think it's great stock as it is right here, but her pupils are a little bit small, and that's one of the things I see people correct when they paint the eyes and just retouch the makeup and stuff like that. But you can really get this thing looking very real. But it is a cool looking piece, just like the 1/6 scale Hot Toys Advanced Suit Spidey from the PS4 game. He's still in the same pose as before, so I won't linger on him too long, but that is a fantastic 1/6 scale figure. Here's Harley, but with the dancer head sculpt on the original first release Hot Toys figure's body. There's that baseball bat, and here's the life-size one. That face hugger is, you know, it's kind of freaky. I'm arachnophobic a bit, you know. Not all spiders, but nasty ones, the big ones. So seeing that always kind of gives me a little bit of a shudder. So I should probably get rid of it. Yeah, there she is, Harley. And that little statue came with a Blu-ray of the Harley Quinn animated film that came out a little while ago. That's a great looking piece. Alright, back to Batman, and this is the Armory version. This was the last version Hot Toys released of a 1/6 scale Dark Knight Batman, and it's definitely a major improvement over all the previous releases, especially the head sculpt. Absolutely spot on, perfect. So I'm very glad to have this in the collection. And then we have these two awesome looking pieces, and that's a really cool shot right there. Batman and Catwoman from the Arkham, you know, series of games from Rocksteady. But you know, that's not an official Arkham City 1/6 scale figure. That's just a Cumic Catwoman that I found on eBay pretty cheap. That is the Hot Toys Arkham City Batman, but I repainted all the blue sections black because I got a custom black cape from Jackson. And now he looks more like the remastered version of Arkham Asylum Batman, which is fine by me because I love it. Oh, and look at the way the cape is spreading out on the ground there. That is picturesque right there. It's beautiful. Was that the right word? Picturesque? That's more like scenery, isn't it? I don't know. But look at that. Forget about it. Nice head sculpt there on Catwoman. That's some epicness right there. And then we have Batman Begins. It's my favorite bat suit. Again, that's a Jackson XU cape that was originally intended for the Dark Knight figure, but I made it work on the Batman Begins suit. Just hit it from the side. Always got to hit the Batman Begins suit from the side profile because of the thickness of the neck. That animalistic look. My favorite. That is just so cool. And here we have the Ben Affleck Dawn of Justice Batman. Now this is an Unreal Toys or Unreal Customs. I forget now. They changed their name, but if you go to Instagram and search Unreal Toys or Unreal Customs, you will find Lucky, and he does incredible custom capes. This is my favorite one for the the BVS Batman. Just a very beastly looking piece, nice and beefy. But yeah, everything you're seeing here, guys, has its own series of videos, not just an unboxing and a review, but every figure has quite a lot of videos on each piece, because I'm always tweaking things and then letting you see what I've done and how I did it and all that stuff. I'm always striving for the perfect representation of the character on the shelf. Everything has to be right. And here we have my two prized possessions, both heavily customized, and just they originally started out as a Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale Catwoman figure. But the bodies have been changed, outfits have been changed. Well, that is the Sideshow outfit, and it is a nice outfit, but this one, that's definitely a custom outfit right there. That was put together by Gwyneth on Facebook, and it's based on the cat suit from the Adam Hughes artwork, which I love. It's my favorite version of Catwoman ever, and try to collect all of his Catwoman artwork. And Gwyneth did an amazing job replicating it here on 1/6 scale. Just beautiful, beautiful pieces, and the laboratory effects repainted the Sideshow heads, gave a really nice green eyes and ruby red lips and freckles and all that stuff. It's details crazy. Let me get right up in there for you. Absolutely stunning. That head sculpt, I actually customized that one and added the hair sticking out the front, left the eyes blue on that one just for a bit of a change. I actually have about 6 head sculpts, all different versions of this. Even have a couple of customized Adam Hughes Catwoman heads that haven't been painted yet. I need to sort that out. If you guys can hear that intense wind outside, there's a storm raging at the moment and the wind is really kicking off out there. But yeah, there she is holding one of those diamonds, and I absolutely love these two. They look awesome. Here is Ripley and the Big Chap Alien, both from the original Alien movie. I do believe Ripley to be another absolute home run by the company Hot Toys. I think this is basically just perfect. It's missing a few little details like the Converse logo, whatever it is on there, but they look good enough to me. She came with some cool little accessories here. She's basically holding everything and just really looks like Sigourney Weaver. The only thing I didn't like about this release was the boring box. It could have just been way more classic and just to the true to the kind of film poster art with the egg or something. Just something simple like that would have done the job for this, but they used a picture of the figure itself and then just turned everything green, and I just don't like that box. It's a damn shame, but yeah, amazing piece. A lot of people hoping Hot Toys revisit this Big Chap Alien and do another one. I also hope they do, because I hope that they use the material for the body that they used on the Alien Warrior version from the second movie. This one's way more kind of rubbery, and just over time it just feels like it's kind of, I don't know what the word to use is, but it just over time, I've had it since the day this was released, and I have noticed a bit of a change in the way it feels. And I do worry that over time it might start to crack or whatever. Did spray it with a kind of clear sealant to kind of preserve it, but that means I can't pose it so much anymore, but that's fine with me. I just want him to stand tall and look good. But yeah, there you go. There's Ripley and the Big Chap. And back over to Batman, we have the heavily customized Batman Imposter figure by Hot Toys. Changed the cape, changed it to a Jackson XU custom cape, but then I completely repainted the cape purple, lots of weathering and just effects and stuff. And he's got a well, bullet holes, blood all over him. James Hodds, I believe it was, did the meat cleaver here. There is a video on the channel showing kind of his backstory and stuff like that. It's a pretty gruesome video actually, because, well, just check it out. And you've got the Bruce Wayne, or the Ben Affleck mouth plate. But that is an awesome piece, man. That was a lot of fun to do. But you can check out more of that on the channel, because there is plenty of content on this piece. Definitely worth checking out if you're liking what you're seeing here. And you got the DX Batman 1989 Michael Keaton by Hot Toys. And that is a, oh, I forget now. I think that's the Unreal Customs or Unreal Toys wired cape. So yeah, you can check that out on the channel. There is the Ninja Bruce Wayne. Absolutely awesome piece. It's one of my favorites because it's from my favorite film of all time. I said I wasn't going to do any shout outs, so I'll stick to that. But you know who you are, and you know you've probably heard me mention it a bunch of times on the channel. But thank you very much for that. It's just an awesome piece, and I love it. There's the armored Batman from Dawn of Justice. That is a great piece, man. Took a great picture of him recently and put it on Instagram. Just looks so real. It's all just lighting and stuff, but you know, it's a great looking piece. There's the Medicom Hush Catwoman, Catwoman and Batman. So that'd be Catman and Batwoman. Yeah, but yeah, I did some work on Batman to make him look a little bit cooler. Those are two cool pieces right there, and that's the end of the Batman shelf, isn't it? I don't have to do any more Batman now. Oh, I do, because we've got the big guys over here. We'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so not much has changed here. That is the Firesin Vampirella figures that I have. There's a new version. I think it's either the 40-year or the 50-year anniversary version. I love the box. I want it just for the box, to be honest. It would look so good behind these. If anyone out there has that Vampirella figure and you're not really bothered about keeping the box, I would love to get that off you somehow. We could work something out. Talk to me. But yeah, there they are. The same pose as before, so I won't show them too long, but they are absolutely scrumptious. There is that one. That is actually the Queen of the Vampires head sculpt. That's not actually a Vampirella head, but it is by the same company. I just thought it looked really good because she had the blood dripping from her mouth and stuff, and the hair is really cool for Vampirella. And this one over here is also most scrumptious. And we have Deadpool. I like his pose. He's got one real gun and one handgun. Typical Deadpool, just fooling around. Oh, and some wonderful accessories here. Lovely stuff. There's a video specifically on these accessories on the channel, so you can have a look for that if you want. There's some really cool photography with him reading magazines and stuff, so check it out. That's Deadpool 1 right there. Still holds up pretty good. And Harley Quinn. It's a really cool piece, this one. I did swap the head, so that is not the head that comes with the dancer version. And she's got one rose there. That's what the Joker, well, the Jared Leto Joker figures I used to have. That's the one thing he kind of left for her to say goodbye. One single rose, and she doesn't seem that bothered about it. So she's like, screw you, Joker, I'm going to get on with life. Yeah, awesome piece. I like it. Really stands out in the collection, and it's just an amazing looking head sculpt, man. That's one of Hot Toys' best. Forget about it. It's an amazing head sculpt. And the custom tongue is by Andy Hibbs. This head sculpt does not come with that tongue. It certainly brings a whole new attitude to the piece, man. That's Andy Hibbs on Instagram and Facebook, I guess, as well. I forget. But yeah, beautiful piece. Never seen such detail on a foot before for a figure. It's ridiculous. Anyway, and there is Superman and Wonder Woman. Pretty much the same as they looked before. Didn't feel like changing the way they're posed. I think they look really nice like that. And I love this Wonder Woman figure. It's the comic concept version, kind of paying tribute to Linda Carter. Looking forward to the new Wonder Woman movie. And I believe that is everything shown on this shelf now. Can't stress enough how much I love the Pop Toys Tomb Raider. Did I actually show this yet? I don't think I showed this. Yeah, because I think I went straight to the Jokers. Okay, so it's time to shine. Look at that pose, man. She is owning the shelf looking like that. That is ridiculous. This is the Pop Toys Tomb Explorer. That's what they called it, but it's obviously Tomb Raider Angelina Jolie. And just an amazing head sculpt. I love it. One day I'll get a proper Fireson body to match the skin tone of the head, but I mean, it'll do for now. It certainly looks good. And here we have the quarter scale Hot Toys Heath Ledger Joker from The Dark Knight, but he has a new head from Stephen Maurice, and same chap who provided the amazing 1/6 scale head sculpt. And this was actually a copy of the Enterbay sculpt, which a lot of people believe to be the best officially kind of released Heath Ledger likeness for a figure. But it's just a copy. Stephen Maurice was using these to practice hairing and practice painting the Joker. He had quite a few practice sculpts, and he got in touch and said, "Do you want one of them?" I was like, "Absolutely, man, it looks incredible." So he sent this one along, and I love it. Let's get right in there. It's a great looking head sculpt, man. I love the hair, I love the makeup of the eyes. I mean, the expression is quite plain, but he looks evil. You know, you can really, because he's really looking up, you can tilt this head nice and low down. He just looks evil. Might have to get that custom coat that's out there at some point, but we'll see. Here's the actual head that came with the figure. I do love it, but I hate the hair at the top. I don't mind the hair at the back and the sides, but I do hate this bit here. So I just can't live with it. I need to get that rehaired, and I know who's doing it. I just haven't got around to sending it yet. But anyway, there they are. That's awesome. Yeah, look at that, man. Forget about it. And there is the Dark Knight Rises Batman by Hot Toys in quarter scale. That's one of their best. Very accurate looking. Just the way the torch is kind of lighting up his eyes and making them kind of glisten as I move. It looks so real. Everything, the proportions, the thickness of the neck on this one. It's just dead on. And that's a Jackson XU cape. It was a wired cape, but I removed the wires and just got it flowing down his back now. But it's like black velvet kind of material. It's super jet black, just as it should be. Forget about it. Alright, now the last of the Myers stuff. We have the big quarter scale 1978 NECA figure. It's been modified a fair bit. And then we have the Boo-Face Myers custom 1/6 scale piece. It's a concept figure. That was the first ever custom Michael Myers figure I ever bought. Amazing detail on this thing. Very, very nasty looking. And over here we've got another 1978 custom Michael Myers figure. This is the Blackest Eyes version 2 head sculpt, rehaired by Yondu with the very, very rare coveralls by Tanila's Customs. And there was not many of those particular coveralls made. They are green. I'm not sure how the camera's going to make them look on the screen here, but they are very much a green in person, but they do have that kind of grayish green vibe on film. And then we have the big guy, the Tyler Mane 2007 Rob Zombie Halloween Michael Myers custom figure. It's another One's Customs head sculpt with the Tanila's coveralls, and there's a pumpkin by Stephen Maurice. But yeah, it's a beastly piece. He's very tall, that one. It's a very big one. They're all really awesome pieces right there. And then you've got the big quarter scale Rob Zombie Michael Myers by NECA that's been customized. And I believe it's Mezco, is it? It's a great little figure there. It's a fun little piece. And another 2018 Myers. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's the James Dew Courtney 1/6 scale Michael Myers custom figure, another one. And yeah, that one I'm always sort of working on this one, tweaking it, but we'll see what happens to him once the Beta Metallic head sculpt turns up. I'm not sure if I'll keep all of them, but it's gonna be hard to part with them, the amount of work that went into them. Yeah, that hammer, there's some David Tucker action right there. But these are the other D-Nut exclusive coveralls. Remember we had, there's only 3 ever made, that's 1 and 2, and then someone else out in the world owns the 3rd and final pair. So they're very special coveralls. Then you got the big quarter scale NECA Alien and Predator. I do love that alien pose. It's very kind of Nosferatu, kind of vampire bloodsucker kind of rising from its tomb. Yeah, it's creepy. Love that pose. I did copy it from the statue, whatever it's called. I think it's Sideshow Collectibles distributed it or whatever, but it's the pose is based on that statue. Alright, and that is that shelf complete. Obviously you got all the cool comics up top as well. Alien vs Predator original comics, but then back in the 90s. And Predator Big Game. Some really cool artwork on those front covers. So that's mostly Michael Myers, but with a hint of Predator and Alien and Pumpkinhead down the other end, and a little bit of Freddy. With a bust of Michael Myers in the center of it all. It's the quarter scale T800 endoskeleton by Hot Toys from the first Terminator movie. That's one of my pride and joys right there. I just think it's an amazing job by the company how they managed to just copy it basically into 1/4 scale, and everything moves. Every little finger joint can do that on this figure. Every little piston, everything, it all moves, and you can put him in any pose you can come up with. And he's mostly die-cast metal, so he's a heavy, well, he's not heavy because he is what he is, but it's just an iconic piece of cinema history. Stan Winston and James Cameron at their very best. And here is the life-size Batman Begins cowl. I've got to say who this is from. This is from Carl at Toys of Arkham on Instagram. Just amazing. It's one of my favorite pieces in the collection. You know I love Batman Begins. It's my favorite Batman film, favorite Batman suit. And to have this here means so much to me. So thank you so much, Carl, for this. Always look at it and I always appreciate it. And I just finalized the display a little bit. Now I've got it on the actual mannequin head that I used to have the Michael Myers mask on, but I just, so this can have its proper shape, because it is, like a, I don't want to say rubber, but you know what I mean. It's like a mask, so it's not solid. You can actually put this on and wear it. So in order for it to have the correct shape, you need to kind of have it on a head of some kind, because I tried just having it on like it was actually like a pasta, actually it's over there, that long pasta holder there. That's what the head was on, and it just never looked right. So now that it's actually on a head, even though the head is way too small for the cowl, but you still get the right shape, and everything looks awesome. And I've got the bat symbol there. That's actually a real metal bat, batarang from Mike, the guy who did the reworking of that mask over there. Man, that's a beautiful angle right there. That looks nice. But yeah, same dude who did that sent along this batarang, and I knew it would come in handy for something. That couldn't have worked out better. I love that cowl. And then you got the Hot Toys quarter scale Batman Begins figure with a custom cape from Jackson XU. And that just looks incredibly epic and majestic and powerful, man. He doesn't need to be doing anything. He's just standing there looking awesome. Look at the thickness of that neck. Look at that. Tell me that's not the best Batman ever looked on screen. Call you a damn lie. No, I know. People love the Dark Knight suit. I get it. People love the Keaton suits. I get it. BVS had a sick Batman suit, and a lot of people like the Justice League Batman suit too. Both of them, the tactical suit and the regular one. But me personally, that's my favorite right there. I mean, it gets better. You hit it from the side. Look at the power in that presence of it. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, Hot Toys really went for it with the thickness of the side profile. That's what I like about the difference between this one. That's why I could never choose between the Enterbay quarter scale Batman Begins or the Hot Toys one, because they got pros and cons. But the side profile on this Hot Toys one, damn, that thing leaps off a rooftop and lands in front of you in the night and you've never seen it before. I swear the demons have come for you. It's just absolutely incredible. I just got another head down here on display. Don't know why. I don't usually display spare heads. I guess I did with the Joker. So yeah, man, that's actually an Enterbay head right there. So let's have a look at the side profile. How thick it is. Yeah. I mean, I'd actually say this is more accurate side profile wise, because that matches up perfectly with this. I checked before. I do like how thick the Hot Toys one is, even if it's a little bit over the top. I still really like it, because the thicker the better for me. Makes it more animal like. Damn. And just over here we have the NECA quarter scale Batman Begins. A little bit of work done on him. I did repaint the cowl and repainted around the eyes, because it was a little bit of a purple color around his eyes where it should be black. And I did repaint all the mouth and the lips, that whole kind of skin section there. Repainted that to look a bit more high end. It worked out really good. And did put the Enterbay belt on him just to make him look a bit more high end. But everything else there is the stock NECA figure, and great posability, as you can see. You don't have to worry about creasing the suit because it's all kind of hard plastic with joints, but because he's so jet black, and you can basically cover up the elbow joints with the cape, as I've done here. He's just getting ready to put down that KC fighting style on someone, man. There's a brutal fighting technique that was implemented into Batman Begins. It wasn't really present in the last, the second film and the third film. It was there a bit in the second one, but by the time Dark Knight Rises happened, I guess he just forgot about all that KC fighting style stuff. Well, I don't know. Maybe he did try it on Bane a little bit. It just didn't look the same without the thickness of the Batman Begins suit. It just made it look so much more brutal. He's also on a DC Collectibles Batman Begins stone base. So yeah, man, for a NECA figure, that stands up really well against the high-end versions that I have around him. They did a great job with the sculpt of the cowl. And then up top, we have Big Daddy. This is the Beast. This is the Enterbay quarter scale Batman. And it's the #1 thing in my collection. It's got a custom black velvet cape. And he is actually wearing the NECA figures belt. That's the cheaper belt up there, but it is actually quite a movie accurate color from down here anyway, looking up at him. You don't see much of the belt because the cape's wrapped around him. But that's the big one. Oh, and we have a shark, because I like sharks. And yeah, it's a great white. Gonna get you. Nice. And here we have the absolutely stunning, it's just a thing to behold. It's the Prime 1 Studios Arkham Knight Catwoman statue. I believe it's 1/3 scale. I'm not too good with my scales, but I think that's the 1/3 scale in there. It's a fair bit bigger than the quarter scale pieces that you see beside it. But the base is huge, but absolutely stunning, and all the head sculpts that you get are fantastic. Repainted the lips more red and that had a great effect on the sculpts, all of them. But it is just a stunning piece. Can't bring myself to change the pose. You can get her in quite a few different poses. Like I say every time I put the camera on this thing, make sure you watch my review on this particular statue here, because you wouldn't believe the amount of different poses I was able to get out of this. A lot, because you've got different arms you can interchange, changing the direction of the way the head's looking. Just awesome, awesome stuff. Just exceptional. I mean, I wish I had the money and the space for more Prime 1 stuff, but this will probably be the only piece I ever get. And I had to have it, man. It's so, so awesome. And below the Prime 1 piece, we have quite a few Catwoman statues in various scales. They've all been reviewed on the channel. They've got their own showcase videos of photography, so you can check them out. A few more pieces lurking down there. Now over here, you got Beavis and Butthead. Nice little collection. I got more comics than this, but these are the three that I chose to display here, and this just worked out nicely the way they look in this little section. And down below you got Ren and Stimpy. Nice little Ren and Stimpy display. And over there in the corner we got the NECA quarter scale Crow figure, which I keep forgetting to put him somewhere. He's just there for now, I guess, but that's a nice piece. Yeah, these Beavis and Butthead figures are very top heavy, very scary. I haven't glued anything or got them to, I haven't done anything. I've just literally pegged them into their bases and hoped for the best. But so far, no accidents. But I probably should take precautions in the near future to make sure that if they do fall, nothing will get broken, because they are very nice to have. Alright, I've pretty much done everything on the shelves. I haven't done the life-size Myers yet, and there's a fair few pieces on the floor here. Oh, there's some Metal Gear Solid stuff. And alright, what we got? Alright, I'm going to try and get through some of this stuff down here nice and quickly. I'll just say a big, massive shout out to everyone. Not everything here was a gift, so a lot of this stuff I got myself, but there's a fair few gifts here, quite recent ones down here. I'll just say a massive thank you to all the guys and girls out there who have been amazing over the years, just sending along little bits and pieces for birthdays and Christmas and stuff. Here is a lovely Vampirella comic, just got that recently from someone in the community, absolutely legendary dude, Mr. Bonner. Well, that's all I'll say. I said I wasn't going to do any shout outs, but that was very recent. That's literally like yesterday. Yeah, we got Batman Begins, NECA figure in the back there. That is actually from the 80s, that little ball there. Ruby almost ate that. I was like, nope, not that one. I saw it in Stranger Things and I remembered that I had it, so that was cool. It's Cult Creations, one of his little cards here. Makes custom dioramas for your figures, check them out. More Vampirella vinyl, Amazing Evil Dead DVD, shout out to you, sir, thank you very, very much. And more Vampirella awesomeness. Big Spider-Man figure from when Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 came out. Got that in Woolworths. So articulated, man, it's crazy. I've got to stand up, getting old. My knees can't do that anymore. And I'm out of breath. Oh, I'm seeing these little black spots everywhere. Right, here we go. Yeah, Fright Rags t-shirts, American Wolf in London, and a glow-in-the-dark Predator t-shirt. Forget about it, man. FrightRags.com. It's where it happens. It's where I do my stuff. Got this from 1989. It really is. From 1989. DC Comics. That's when Tim Burton's Batman came out. I still got it. Fear Inoculum standard. This chain is dangling and it's making a chainy noise, so I'm putting that away. And there is a NECA Freddy glove, real metal, awesome stuff. Halloween vinyl, beautiful Catwoman cover there. There he's eggs here. And Spider Gremlin, some Tool stuff, and Living Dead doll t-shirts again from Fright Rags. Awesome gift there. Vinyl again, American Werewolf in London, some drumsticks, more t-shirts. Chucky by Sideshow, NECA Jason mask, some awesome vinyl, awesome gift again there. It's Austin Powers, Gremlins, Aliens graphic novel, had that in a long time, mint condition, love it. That's all that stuff down there, all me back. Oh Jesus. There's all me, well not all of my VHSs, but that's some of them from when I was doing the top 10 favourite movies video, when I was doing the honourable mentions bit. Yeah, some awesome posters. And the life-size 78 Myers. I do love these posters though. RoboCop. That's an awesome one. Look at that. Part man, part machine, all cop. I could do that job. Yeah. Oh man, creepy. Look at the Michael Myers reflection in the background there. It's creepy. That is an awesome poster. Is this Halloween one down here? Awesome. Oh, and yeah, I don't know about the Halloween 2 one or the Catwoman one. Those, yeah, they'll probably stay there for a bit. I might mix and match sometimes. I don't know. Here is the 78 mask. Trick or Treat Studios, reworked by Simon again. Big Mac coveralls, the chameleons. You get close, kind of go like a charcoal gray, and then when you move back, they turn navy blue. Weird. But yeah, I like it. It's an awesome life-size Myers. I mean, lots of people say, I don't know how you can be in a room with that thing. I do not have a problem with that. It doesn't scare me. He's like a horror version of Batman to me. It's the same kind of thing. Just think he looks cool. Same way I think Batman looks cool. Yeah, man, look at that. And then we'll just finish up down here. We've got the big quarter scale NECA Part 2 Freddy. And some vinyl. Some of the Ultimate NECA horror figure boxes. NECA figures are not in this room at the moment. Let's try and displaying them somewhere else. Don't have room for them in here, unfortunately. Street Hawk t-shirt by Fright Rags, absolutely incredible. It's my favourite TV show growing up in the 80s. And American Werewolf in London t-shirt, The Howling. Another American Werewolf in London t-shirt. Awesome gift there with the Michael Myers t-shirt. And some other t-shirts in the back. We've got some stuff here. You got a Travis Bickle. Camera always makes his army jacket look weird. It's actually green in person, but for some reason it looks really not green there. Michelle Pfeiffer, quarter scale NECA figure. Forget about it. Look at that pose, just chilling on top of the ab. T-Rexes, just strutting around. Universal classic monsters. There's old Hot Toys. Sam Raimi Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. There's Tempest. Don't piss her off. That's an awesome piece right there. Tempest. And the NECA Turtles box. Iron Man by NECA. More vinyl. Big Predator. Another Snake. Dog Soldiers poster. What's up? Dog Soldiers figure in its package. And I think that's it. I think I've shown you everything in the room. Want to have a quick look at the Catwoman comics? Go on then. Let's get her done. Man. She's awesome. Awesome artwork, man. Awesome front covers. Got a really nice little coffee table book collection. One of them's called Cover Run. Sorry, that's Cover Run by Adam Hughes, the guy who did all these front covers. A couple of these are really limited edition, like that one. And this one, Convergence. Alright. So, poses of the room. If I was going to give, you know, first, second, and third place prizes to figures that are looking, you know, doing the best pose in the room, that's something I've just thought of now, so I'm going to do it. And I thought of it because I saw that. So, first prize goes to Pop Toys Tomb Raider for the awesome, majestic, and just very, very cool looking shelf presence pose right there. Second place, I'm gonna, second place, who would I give second place pose to? I don't think it's going to be any of the Batmans because they're all basically just standing there. That's all they need to do, really. They're Batman. Poses. Oh, Predator 2. Second place goes to Predator 2. I don't know, people will disagree, but I think that really looks good from any angle. Particularly this angle right here. Just full of life. Just sort of capturing a moment and just pausing it, and there he is. So yeah, second place I'd give to Predator 2. This feels weird judging my own stuff. Maybe third place goes to Harley because there's no denying that pose works. But I do have to acknowledge I like this pose. I think I managed to capture the moment where he's kind of releasing his inner Joker in the bathroom scene. I think just because I take everything into consideration, not just the pose, but what kind of height is the figure going to be displayed from, and where are my eyes going to be looking at it from. So I have to make sure, so I'm coming up at it like this, so I want to make sure it looks good from this angle rather than from dead on from the front, because I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'10" or something. So but there he is. Yeah, I'll give him third place, man. That's a beautiful pose. Any angle you can see as it's coming around. Any angle looks good. Alright, well, I think that's pretty much all there is to show for now, guys. Got some cool stuff inbound for review and some cool custom stuff going on as well. So keep it locked on the channel. Got some really interesting vids on the way. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit the bell icon next to the subscription button. That way you'll get emails every time I upload a new video. Check me out on Instagram, that's a big one. Lots of stuff goes up on Instagram at DeanKnight333. And there's some other links underneath the video if you're interested in getting involved and becoming part of the Night Vision Army over on Patreon and stuff like that. Alright, thanks for watching, all you guys and girls out there, and thanks for all the awesome support over the years. And I'll see you tomorrow night, live stream as usual, about 9 PM UK time on this channel here. We'll all have a nice little get together, as we do on Sundays. And yeah, leave me a comment underneath the video, always good to hear from you. Alright guys, take it easy. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.